First of all, I'm gonna start with a quote.
Um,
I watch a lot of basketball, and I think everybody's game's like a painting. I try to make my painting by borrowing some people's colors and some people's strokes to be the best Stanley Johnson instead of being the best LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or Kevin Durant. Great sentence, man. First of all, yeah. And how did you come up with that sentence? Because I read that your mom used to prepare you for the media interviews.
yeah, you're well informed. I don't know. I've been through a lot of my career. I've seen a lot of games, and I've obviously at this point I could say I've played with the best player in the world. I've played low level. I've now played in Europe. So for me, just being flexible, being versatile, learning how to take what I have and mold it into different systems and to different styles of play. I've kind of prided myself on that. I like to, to call myself a winner. I've won a lot in my career, so I think to win, you need to be innovative. You need to be creative, and you need to keep your mind going, and you need to get better every summer, every time you can, and during the season. So for me, sometimes you have to watch someone else. They say that a person that learns from other people's mistakes is a person that's a smart person. So I try to learn from everybody around me and players that I've watched, and I've had a lot of fun so far.
Yeah. And let me continue with another quote, and this is the last quote. One of the best defensive players I have ever faced in the league. LeBron said this in 2024, referring to your defense from nearly 9 years ago. 9 years have passed, and he still hasn't forgotten. How did it feel to hear those words?
I mean, obviously, he is, in my opinion, the greatest basketball player to ever touch a basketball. So those compliments don't go around lightly and don't come around for everybody. So I definitely appreciate it. He was a great teammate, a great dude in general. I definitely enjoyed my time playing with him. And yeah, I think he's a honest, free speaker. And I think that was on a platform on his podcast. So he's just an honest dude. I mean, we respect each other. Everybody in basketball respects basketball. And obviously in that series, being 18 or 19 years old and kind of stepping to the plate, it was fun.
Yeah. Let's get back to recent times.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the reason behind your choice to Anadolu Efes. I mean, the transfer process happened very quickly.
Yeah.
Why Europe first, then why Efes?
Well, I kind of was in a tough spot in the NBA. I had been for 3 years kind of taking the short end of the stick, play well, get a minimum, no training camp, go on the team, get a 2-year deal, get traded, don't even get a chance to make the team, I get paid, have a deal, get on the team, play well, get cut anyway, you know what I'm saying? So at some point in time, you have to get back to basics. You have to get to a place where you can have a training camp, have a season, play to win. And I felt in my career, I wanted to play to win. That was part of it. And to answer why the decision was quick and everything like that, I had, like I said before, I had been looking at Europe. I had a couple opportunities prior to this. So I kind of already knew what I kind of wanted out of the situation. And I wanted to be first to the table. I didn't want to wait for anybody else to sign. I didn't want to play around with it. I kind of knew where I wanted to be. And for me, I think the last thing was having a conversation with Tommy and him expressing, I want you here. And, for me as a basketball player, I think for a lot of players, that's where it should start. It's a mutual thing. And I think a lot of players don't understand, in winning, you have to sacrifice things. So when you make a decision, knowing that, you and the person, the decision maker with playing, all those things, you have a mutual interest, and that person wants you to be here just as much as you want to be there. It'll make it easy to sacrifice and do things, right? Because we have a cord. I don't believe obviously we all play, for different reasons, and financial stuff is a part of it. But for me as a human being and how much I put into the game, I really want to win. I want to do something with my career. So having those conversations, and it was when you're serious about stuff, it's an easy conversation, right? So we moved through it pretty quickly. And my agency, Bill, Rade, Nico, they're awesome, like amazing. I literally didn't have to do anything. So the communication was super simple. And that's why we kind of moved very fast with it. They didn't play around with their side of communication, so it was an easy decision. It's one guy who wants you, and then the other teams are like, oh, we'll wait until a training camp to figure out a non-guarantee. And it's like, not to be so direct and honest, but that's what it comes down to. So for me, I wanted the opportunity to play a full season, and then if I'm who I say I am, and I'm this whole, then I'll figure that out later. So for me, I know what type of player I am. I know where I want to be, and I want to play to win. And that was all my decision-making process, I guess.
Before going to another question, thank you for this answer.
No, no problem.
And I want to ask about Kendrick Nunn. You play with him.
Yeah.
National team, under 17. He's now a EuroLeague champion.
Yeah.
And the people in Greece, they showed incredible love to him.
Yeah.
Did you speak with him?
Yeah, I actually did. Before I came over here, and I will continue to talk to him. He obviously has figured out how to score the ball at a super high level here. I want to say I'm not surprised whatsoever. He's been an amazing player for a very long time, and I'm happy to see that he gets a chance to go out there and play and try to win the games. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to be a great player for wherever he wants to play for a very long time. He's been a great player for a long time. So we have our hands full for sure when we get to Greece this year.
What's your next career goal? I mean, is it get back to NBA like Dante Exum did after 1 year with Partizan? Then he signed with Dallas. Or is it build a legacy in here like Shane Larkin did?
Yeah, I mean,
or none of them.
I don't. Obviously, you have goals and personal goals that you write before the year, and you kind of just throw them in. You not throw them in the trash. You put them in the back of your closet, and hopefully, we get there. But for me, I want to win a championship, and I know that a lot of people say that, but like I want to win a championship and multiple championships. If I'm not playing to win at any level, I'm not interested in it. So for me, those are my goals. So I'm loving the experience. I love the experience, and to me, this is where I want to be for the foreseeable future. God works in mysterious ways, and God's in really control of those decisions. If you ask me 3 years ago, would I be here in these situations? I'd be like, I don't know, probably not, right? So for me, we'll go 1 year at a time. But right now, today, I would say my goal is I have 1 year here. I want to win the championship this year, all two of them. So that's where that starts. And, coming in June, we can talk about it later.
Yeah. What did you know about the country? I mean, you were teammates with Ersan, but anything else?
I knew, me and Nigel have the same trainer out in LA, so I've been following him the year before that. His whole career, we played against each other in college as well, but I knew the country was beautiful. I didn't know it was as beautiful as it is, right? So it was a pleasant surprise. I know a lot of people come here for vacation, and thankfully enough, it's funny, like, you say you're moving to Istanbul, and then people come out the woodworks, oh, I've been there. So I was part of the decision-making process for me coming here was how comfortable it would be. And I've been comfortable since I landed here. So it's a beautiful situation.
I didn't know that you have the same personal trainer with Nigel Hayes.
Yeah.
So do you hang out with him?
I will. Istanbul? Yeah. I mean, I will. We haven't had a chance to grab dinner yet. I mean, we both are in rigorous training camps right now, but yes, I will definitely. He's always going to restaurants. He's always doing things. He's very familiar with things out here. I know he's on the Asian side of the country, so I definitely will hang out with him as much as I can. I'll probably go to one of his games if we have an off day. I have a lot of respect for him, his career, and him as a person. He's a great person. So that's why I root for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to enjoy competing against him.
I heard that you were talking about Nigel. Oh, he scored 50 points, best power
Yeah.
forward, something like this.
Yeah.
That and did you? What was the first reaction that when you saw 50 points?
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Obviously, 50 is some of these things are circumstantial. So, like, getting 50 in a game, like, things have to happen the right way. But as a talent, as a player, he's capable of doing that any point in time. At any point in time, he's capable of scoring 50 points or over 30. So, I know when we play against, we got to have our game plan together so that doesn't happen, right?
Absolutely. As a top 10 pick, I was actually wondering this. How did you overcome the mental challenge of not finding a permanent home in your career?
Dang, that's a good question. It definitely took me a while because I had a lot of life stuff going on when I first got in the NBA, and I didn't I was 19, right, and a really important piece of my life had passed away. Right before training camp. Yeah, so I was in a rut, trying to complete with NBA basketball, trying to do a certain thing, and when I got to Toronto, we had real player development there. We had real situations. I got to watch, Norman, OG, Pascal Siakam grow as players and see how they did it, see their process on a daily basis. No pointing fingers or anything, but it was just a different process. So I think through my career, the thing I'm happy about is I, didn't stop pursuing what I love to do and trying to get to the highest level. And now I'm 28, and I think a lot of those, every year I've always worked at the game. I've always worked at basketball. So, I'm finally seeing some return on that investment in a way, especially with shooting wise. So I'm really excited for this year. Like,
You're training a lot. I saw that.
Yeah, like I said before, I haven't really played a full season in a very long time, right? I haven't had a training camp in a very long time. So getting back on schedule, I'm excited to see how I'll perform. I expect myself to perform well, but I'm excited to see the process of this whole thing.
Thank you so much.